Sammo Hung isn't just a martial arts legend, he's a living piece of kung fu history. He trained with Bruce Lee, fought beside Jackie Chan, and helped shape Hong Kong cinema. Known for his speed, skill, and surprising moves despite his size, Sammo broke every rule in the book. He's won awards, directed classics, and worked with the best. But now, at this stage of his life, he's finally opening up. And what he just said about Bruce Lee, no one saw it coming. It's honest, it's bold, and for many fans, it's hard to accept. Join us as we take a closer look at Sammo Hung's journey and break down his shocking confession about Bruce Lee and why it changes everything. The tough beginning of a legend. Sammo Hung was born in Hong Kong. Both of his parents worked as wardrobe artists in movies, but they didn't raise him. Instead, his grandparents took care of him. His grandmother was Chin Siang, a well-known martial arts actress. His grandfather was a film director named Hung Chung-ho, so even from a young age, Sammo was surrounded by the film world. At the age of 9, Sammo joined the China Drama Academy, a Peking opera school in Hong Kong. His grandparents heard about it through friends and thought it would be good for him. The school was run by Master Yu Jim Yuen. All the students took the master's name as their own, so Sammo was called Yuen Lung at the academy. He became a star student and joined a performing group called the Seven Little Fortunes. He had a friendly rivalry with another student, Yuen Lo, who later became famous as Jackie Chan. At 14, Sammo was chosen by a teacher to do stunts in a movie. That one job made him fall in love with filmmaking. He also became interested in how cameras worked. Sammo was the oldest among the students, and he often shared his earnings with the younger kids. They respected him even more for that. Just before he left the academy at 16, Sammo got badly hurt. He had to stay in bed for a long time and he gained a lot of weight, but that didn't stop him. When he started working as a stuntman, he got the nickname Sammo, which means 3 hairs, after a famous Chinese cartoon character. Years later, in 1988, he starred in a movie called Painted Faces. It told the story of his time at the China Drama Academy. The movie showed how hard the training was, with long hours of backflips and handstands. Still, Sammo and his old friends said the movie made the training look easier than it really was. The early steps into film. Sammo started acting as a child in the early 1960s. His first film was Education of Love in 1961. In 1962, he acted with Jackie Chan in Big and Little Wong Tin Bar. He also played the young version of Yue Fei, a hero from Chinese history, in The Birth of Yue Fei. Most of his scenes were with the actor playing Yue's old teacher. By 1966, when Sammo was just 14, he began working at Shaw Brothers Studio. He helped action director Han Yingjie with the movie Come Drink With Me. Han was his master's son-in-law, which helped Sammo get his foot in the door. From 1966 to 1974, Sammo worked on many films. He took on every role possible: extra, stuntman, fight choreographer, and finally, action director. In 1970, he joined Golden Harvest, the new film company started by Raymond Chow. Sammo was hired to help with the fight scenes in Golden Harvest's first 2 films, The Invincible 8 and The Angry River. The company then sent him to Korea, where he trained in Hapkido and earned a black belt. There he worked with Master Ji Han Jae and became the action director for 3 Angela Mao movies: Lady Whirlwind, Hapkido, and When Taekwondo Strikes. His skill and work ethic soon caught the eye of director King Hu. Sammo was hired to choreograph fights for The Fate of Lee Khan in 1973. That same year, he appeared in Bruce Lee's legendary film Enter the Dragon. He played the Shaolin student who fights Bruce in the opening scene. It was a short scene, but very powerful. In 1975, Sammo choreographed the fights for The Man from Hong Kong, the first Australian movie made with Golden Harvest. But around this time, kung fu movies were starting to lose popularity. Golden Harvest decided to try something new. They signed the Hui brothers, who were known for comedy. When Sammo got the chance to direct his first film, The Iron-Fisted Monk, in 1977, he leaned into the comedy side. Many believe this was the first full kung fu comedy film. The mix of humor and action worked well and gave a fresh twist to martial arts cinema. In 1978, Raymond Chow gave Sammo a very important job. He was asked to finish the fight scenes for Game of Death, the film Bruce Lee started but couldn't finish before he died in 1973. That same year, Sammo directed his second film, Enter the Fat Dragon. In this movie, he played a man who worships Bruce Lee and tries to copy his moves. It was both a tribute and a comedy. Sammo acted like Bruce Lee in a few other movies, too. In Millionaire's Express, 1986, he fought Cynthia Rothrock in a scene where he copied Lee's style. He did it again in Skinny Tiger, Fatty Dragon in 1990. These performances showed both his skill and his love for Bruce Lee. More hits and a deep loss. After Jackie Chan became a star with Drunken Master in 1978, people expected Sammo's next film to do even better. He planned to make a similar movie using the same Beggar So character, played by Simon Yuen, who had also acted in Drunken Master. Sammo's new movie was The Magnificent Butcher, 1979, and he co-directed it with Yuan Wu-ping. But during filming, something tragic happened. Simon Yuen died of a heart attack. The crew had to replace him with another actor, Fan Mei Sheng. Because Simon was such a key figure, his sudden absence may have affected the movie's success. Despite this, Sammo kept going. He continued to direct, act, and choreograph. His work was respected across the industry. Even when the spotlight wasn't on him, he was helping others shine behind the scenes. His early life shaped everything that came after. From being a little boy in a tough opera school to standing face-to-face with Bruce Lee on screen, Sammo Hung's story was never easy, but it was always full of heart, hard work, and a true love for the art of film. In the 1980s, Sammo Hung became even more famous, but he didn't forget where he came from. As his success grew, he helped his old classmates from the China Drama Academy. He also gave roles to students from another school called the Spring and Autumn Drama School. Hung worked often with Jackie Chan, but he also gave screen time to other talents like Yuan Biao, Yuan Hua, Lam Ching-ying, and Mang Hui. Two of his best-known movies during this time were Warriors II and The Prodigal Son. These films showed off the Wing Chun style of martial arts. In Warriors II, Hung teamed up with Casanova Wong, a top fighter from South Korea. The Prodigal Son starred Lam Ching-ying and was another strong example of Wing Chun in action. These movies, along with Knockabout in 1979, helped Yuan Biao become a star too. Hung changed the way fight scenes were shown on screen. In the 1970s, martial arts films were more fantasy-like and set in ancient times, but Hung brought the action into modern cities. His fight scenes were longer, faster, and looked more real. Movies like Winners and Sinners and Wheels on Meals became examples of what 1980s martial arts should look like. Then came a powerful trio, Sammo Hung, Jackie Chan, and Yuan Biao. They teamed up in 1983 with Project A. People started calling them the Three Dragons. Their teamwork lasted for about 5 years, and the last time they all acted together was in Dragons Forever in 1988. Comedy, horror, and a new wave. Hung wasn't just about martial arts. He also had a great sense of comedy. He created the Lucky Stars film series, which became a hit in the 1980s. He directed and acted in the first three, Winners and Sinners, My Lucky Stars, and Twinkle Twinkle Lucky Stars. Jackie Chan and Yuan Biao also appeared in supporting roles. Hung stayed with the series as a producer and supporting actor in later films like Lucky Stars Go Places in 1986. He even made a small appearance in the last one, How to Meet the Lucky Stars, released in 1996. Besides comedy, Hung also helped bring horror to Hong Kong movies. He made the Zhongshi films popular. Zhongshi are like Chinese vampires. These are dead bodies that hop around because of rigor mortis. Hung made two famous movies with these creatures, Encounters of the Spooky Kind in 1980 and The Dead and the Deadly in 1983. These movies had hopping vampires and Taoist priests who used magic to fight them. Hung's films made this genre popular and led to others, like the hit film Mr. Vampire in 1985, which he also produced. Hung also helped bring more women into action films. He produced movies like Yes, Madam in 1985. This film introduced stars Michelle Yeoh and Cynthia Rothrock. These movies were full of action and helped show that women could fight just as well as men on screen. Hung was creating something new, and the audience loved it. New decade, new challenges. As the 1990s began, things got harder. Hung made a movie called Into the Fire in 1989, but he felt Golden Harvest, the company that released the movie, didn't support it enough. He believed they pulled it from cinemas too soon. This led to a serious fight with the company's head, Raymond Chow. Hung had been with Golden Harvest for 21 years. After the argument, he left the company in 1991. Hung started making movies through his own company, Bohon Films, but they didn't do as well as his older hits. He had a small comeback in 1997 when he worked again with Jackie Chan on Mr. Nice Guy. That brought some attention back to him. In 1994, Hung worked behind the scenes for director Wong Kar-wai. He handled the fight scenes for Ashes of Time, a beautifully shot martial arts film. It wasn't a blockbuster, but it was praised for its unique style. Then something big happened. In 1998, the American TV network CBS started showing martial law. It was a one-hour action drama built entirely around Sammo Hung. He played a police officer who used martial arts to solve crimes. The show aired every Saturday night and became a surprise hit in the U.S. Hung became the first East Asian actor to lead a primetime show on a big American network. Martial Law was produced and sometimes directed by Stanley Tong. The show also starred Arsenio Hall. Some people said Hung learned his English lines by saying them phonetically. Even so, the show worked. It gave Hung a new fan base in the West and proved that he still had star power, even outside of Hong Kong. Through the 1980s and 1990s, Sammo Hung showed he could do it all. He brought action, comedy, horror, and even strong female fighters to the screen. He gave his friends a chance to shine and helped shape an entire generation of martial arts films. In the early 2000s, Sammo Hung was still full of ideas. He wanted to make a movie based on the video game Soul Calibur. The plan was big. The budget was set at $50 million. He even wanted Jackie Chan to star in it. For a short time, the project was listed on Hung's website, but after a year, the news disappeared. The movie never happened. The rights were later picked up by another producer, but again, no movie came out. Even without Soul Calibur, Hung made a strong return to Hong Kong cinema. In 2001, he acted in The Legend of Zoo, which was a follow-up to the hit 1983 film Zoo Warriors from the Magic Mountain. Then came Kung Fu Hustle in 2004, a huge hit by Stephen Chow. Hung was actually the first to work on the fight scenes, but he left before filming finished. Yuan Wu Ping took over the action. Some people said Hung and Chow had a falling out, but Chow later said Hung left for personal reasons, not because of any drama. In the same year, Hung appeared in Disney's Around the World in 80 Days. It was a short scene, but an important one. He played Wong Fei Hung, the famous Chinese folk hero, a role Jackie Chan had played years before in Drunken Master. In 2005, Hung kept things exciting. He acted in Dragon Squad and SPL, Sha Po Lang, also known as Killzone. In SPL, he played a bad guy, his first villain role in over 25 years. He even fought Donnie Yen in a powerful action scene. They had another key plot point, where Hung's character was supposed to be the adoptive father of Wu Jing's character. But those scenes didn't make it to the final cut. Still, a prequel was discussed to explore that story more. Hung worked with Wu Jing again in 2007's Twins Mission, which also starred the twins. Then in 2008, he starred in Fatal Move, playing a triad leader opposite Ken Lo. The same year, he did action choreography and acted in Three Kingdoms, Resurrection of the Dragon. It was a war film based on the classic novel Romance of the Three Kingdoms, and starred Andy Lau, and Maggie Q. Hung's next film was Wushu, which premiered in Beijing in October 2008. The movie was also shown at the Cannes Film Festival. Jackie Chan helped with the film as an executive producer and gave advice on casting and promotion. That same year, Hung worked again with director Wilson Yip and Donnie Yen as the action director for IP Man, Legends and A Return to Old Roots. By 2010, the world had taken notice again. Sammo Hung was given a Lifetime Achievement Award at the New York Asian Film Festival. 4 of his movies were screened at the event. That same year, he returned to the IP Man series with IP Man 2. This time, he played a master in the Hung Gar style who challenges IP Man. He also choreographed the fight scenes. In another movie that year, The Legend is Born IP Man, he played Chan Hua Shun, the teacher of young IP Man. These roles connected him once again to the martial arts roots he helped build decades ago. In 2021, Sammo Hung was part of something very special. It was the 45th edition of the Hong Kong International Film Festival. He worked with director Johnny To on a film project called Septet, The Story of Hong Kong. It was an anthology, meaning 7 short films by 7 big directors. All the shorts were filmed on 35mm film. Each story was set in a different time and focused on life in Hong Kong. Other big names like Tsui Hark, Anne Hui, Ringo Lam, Patrick Tam, Yuan Wu-ping, and Johnny Tu also directed parts of it. Hung's part was filled with emotion and nostalgia, a tribute to his city and his people. His film work in the 2000s wasn't just about fighting. It was about looking back, honoring the past, and reminding the world of what made Hong Kong cinema so powerful. And while he was still tough on screen, his work showed more heart, more stories, and more meaning. TV fame and passing the torch. Sammo Hung didn't just stick to movies in the 2000s. He also appeared in many television series across East Asia. In 2003, he acted in Dragon Laws, a Chinese TV series with Fan Bingbing. After that, he starred in another series called The Valley of Lost Vengeance, also known as End Enmity Hollow. Hung also appeared in the Taiwanese drama Coming Lies, where he played a clever master con artist. But one of the most special TV moments was when he acted in Wing Chun. This role was personal. He played Wang Wabo, the same Wing Chun master he had played more than 20 years earlier in The Prodigal Son. He acted alongside Yuan Biao, Nicholas Tsay, and even his youngest son, Sammo Hung. It was a full-circle moment. He didn't stop there. Hung appeared as a guest judge on a reality show called The Disciple, made by Jackie Chan. It aired in mainland China and was created to find a new martial arts star. The winner would act in a film with Chan. The show ended in June 2008, when the winner was announced in Beijing. Hung also joined the cast of another Chinese series called The Shaolin Warriors. It was set during the Ming Dynasty. He played a character called Bigfoot, a Shaolin monk who joins the army to fight Japanese pirates. His son Sammy was also in the show, playing his disciple. These roles showed a different side of Hung, as a mentor, a father, and a guide. The 2000s were busy for Sammo Hung. He made movies, helped new actors, and worked in both film and TV. And through it all, he stayed true to who he was. A martial artist, a teacher, and a legend still standing strong. Sammo Hung versus Bruce Lee. The fight that wasn't really a fight. In the early 1970s, something happened between Sammo Hung and Bruce Lee that fans still talk about. People say the two martial arts legends fought, but according to Sammo Hung, it wasn't really a fight. It all started at the Golden Harvest studio during the filming of Fist of Fury. Sammo and Bruce were talking about Kung Fu. Then Sammo asked Bruce a simple question. "Are you really as fast as people say?" Bruce looked at him and said, "Do you want some?" Sammo was a bit surprised, but he agreed to see what Bruce could do. Bruce gave a fast kick toward Sammo's face, but he didn't hit him. Then Bruce asked, "How was it?" Sammo replied by saying, "You're fast." That was it. Just a quick test. No punches were thrown, no real fight. But it became a story fans couldn't stop talking about. Jackie Chan also heard the story. In the book Bruce Lee, A Life, he shared that Sammo told him it was a fair match. Jackie said Sammo wouldn't admit who was better, and since no one else saw it, there's no way to know what really happened. But Jackie said it was just light contact, like a friendly challenge. Still, the moment left a big impression on Sammo. He never forgot it. On set with Bruce Lee. Later in 1973, Sammo Hung got to be in a real scene with Bruce Lee. It was the opening fight in Enter the Dragon. Sammo played the martial artist that Bruce had to defeat at the start of the movie. Even though it was just one scene, it became iconic. Fans around the world still talk about that moment. At the Tokyo International Film Festival, Sammo spoke about that day. He said, "I didn't really get to spend much time with Bruce Lee, but his artful cinematic work made a big impression on me." Sammo shared that he was deeply shocked when Bruce Lee died that same year. He said, "I was heartbroken when he died so young. It shocked people not only in Hong Kong, but all around the world. His fans and those of us in the industry who respected him so much were devastated." Sammo was also asked to help finish Game of Death after Bruce's passing. He was chosen to choreograph the fight scenes that Bruce couldn't finish. That was a big job. It showed the kind of trust the industry had in Sammo. Even though he didn't know Bruce very well, he respected him deeply. He said Bruce was his hero, and that says a lot, coming from someone like Sammo Hung. Years later, Sammo even paid tribute to Bruce Lee by starring in Enter the Fat Dragon. In that movie, his character tries to copy Bruce's moves and style. It was funny but also respectful. It showed how much Sammo admired Bruce, both as a fighter and a film icon. Bruce Lee was fast, but Sammo had his own strength. Even though Sammo looked up to Bruce, he never tried to be Bruce. He had his own way of doing things. At the China Drama Academy, where Sammo trained as a child, the training was very tough. He once said, "Training at the school was very severe. We learned all the fundamental movements. By the time you've graduated, you can do nearly any move." Sammo's style was different. He brought comedy into martial arts. He created a mix of action and humor that fans loved. He also helped make Zhang Shi movies famous, those Chinese vampire films where the undead hop around. Sammo did things Bruce never did, but that didn't mean he saw himself as better. It just meant he walked his own path. When people ask about Bruce, Sammo is always honest. He says they didn't spend much time together, but Bruce's work inspired him. And even though Bruce once kicked near his face, Sammo never saw it as a real fight. It was just two martial artists testing each other's skills, a quiet moment that turned into a legend. Sammo once joked about Jackie Chan, too. He called him a dummy when they were kids, just for fun. Back then, Sammo was older and used to tease Jackie and others at the China Drama Academy, but they stayed close. The bond between Sammo, Jackie, and Yuan Biao became unbreakable. They grew up together. They worked in stunts together. And later, they became the Three Dragons, lighting up the screen with their fights, laughs, and friendship. So when Sammo speaks about Bruce Lee, it carries weight. He wasn't just a fan. He stood across from Bruce. He saw his speed, he felt the impact of his presence. And years later, when the cameras stopped rolling and the lights dimmed, Sammo still remembered that moment. Not as a fight to win or lose, but as a memory of someone he admired, someone who left too soon, and someone who still means a lot to the people who were there. Because as Sammo Hung said himself, his artful cinematic work made a big impression on me. And sometimes that impression is more powerful than any punch ever thrown, keeping action real in a CGI world. Sammo Hung believes in real action. He's proud of the style he built with Jackie Chan and Yuan Biao. He says, "I'm preserving the JC style, not CG." To him, using the body for stunts and storytelling is more powerful than relying on computer graphics. He's not against CGI, but he says it should be used the right way. We're always using our body to express, to deliver the energy, the character, he explains. Some of his best memories come from filming movies like Project A and Dragons Forever with Jackie and Yuan. Sammo says, "We always have a lot of good memories for every single movie that we collaborate with each other. Even as times change, he still wants to keep that energy alive." While Hollywood copies Hong Kong-style action, Sammo wants to stay true to where it started. He knows the style has evolved, but he doesn't want it to lose its heart. As a director, Sammo finds the job very hard. You have to grab every single minute, every second to think and then to design what you're going to do, he says. Whether it's action or comedy, he always gives it his best. He adds, "I'm not only making kung fu or martial arts films, I'm also making films that people can enjoy and have fun." Sammo has never picked a favorite film. "I just hope that the audience would love all of them," he says. That's all that matters to him. From the 1960s to now, filmmaking has changed. In the past, things were simpler. You had the story, the actors, and you just went for it. Today, things are more complicated, but Sammo keeps pushing forward, always staying honest with his craft. Still moving, still inspiring. Sammo admits that age has slowed him down. "When I was young, of course, I could do far more action stunts compared with what I can do right now," he says. But he's not giving up. "I still do my best and I will still do what I can do within my ability or range." He looks back at his early work with Bruce Lee and sees a big difference. "When I was working with Bruce Lee, I was influenced by him significantly, because he's the boss, of course, and he told me what to do. But now, things have changed. In the case of Donnie Yen, I'm the boss, so I'm telling him what to do." It's a full-circle moment in his long career. He laughs when asked if there's any genre he hasn't tried. "The only genre that I haven't been exposed to may be those like steamy, hot scenes. Then he jokes, "If there's a chance, of course I would." To young filmmakers, Sammo gives simple advice. Luck is very important. He says you need to work hard, but you also need luck. In Cantonese, there's a saying, "We have to work hard, but we always say we have to wait until the luck arrives." Today, Sammo hopes that young directors watch his old films and learn something. Maybe they will even inspire him in return. Right now, Sammo is still active. His latest work, Twilight of the Warriors, walled in broke box office records in Hong Kong and was picked as their Oscar entry. He's also attending big events like the Asian Film Awards and Hong Kong Film Art. Even though the years have passed, one thing is clear. Sammo Hung is still giving his best, just like he did back when Bruce Lee first kicked toward his face. Not to fight, but to show what true speed and skill looked like. Do you think Sammo Hung has done enough to keep Bruce Lee's legacy alive in modern cinema? Which of Sammo Hung's movies or fight scenes do you think best shows his true talent? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more incredible stories from Hollywood's fascinating history. See you next time.